Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Check right 54. Right 54.
On play action, Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Let's go. Do it.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here we go. Flying in. Check right 54. Right 54. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We begin.
Prescott now from the 50. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. He's at the 30.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. Now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, This unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
That's fielded in the end zone. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on second and long. Ryan under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ed Oliver in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, Charlie. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On second down, it's Pollard. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 76 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is good, and it makes it a 9-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
54. Get the ball.
Now Pollard. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Allen Bailey gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From the 44, Ryan, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Ryan, and he gets this one to Ridley, complete. The try, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's brought down.
Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Falcons push further out in front. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. He finds Hopkins complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Dancing to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Tight end Herb Smith, the intended receiver. And it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. They'll throw again. Prescott. They shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hey, Tuesday. Bravo. Hey, wait. He's coming. We got
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 8.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, check this. Mike 5-4.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
It's going to be a long...
quick throw here. That's complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Meanwhile, here a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Hey, ready? Line 25. 54. Line 54. Check. Get up.
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan, that's complete to White. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd and goal, Ryan to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Silver. Shoot.
They'll try and run. Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Moore, up and good. Back now here on EA Sports. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. They could get it done. But guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Prescott yet again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Prescott. Going deep for Hopkins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Hey, 25. Hey, check. 54, South. Rush in. Ready to go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Ready, 280. 280. 2 right here. Hey, come on, oh. Check 99.
Freeman again. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Oh, you got deep?
Now Prescott. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Cowboys on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 1st down, Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Prescott now. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team is playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Johnny, Mike 25. 52's the Mike. Here we go. Hey, 59.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.